I'm going to tell you a story from a very popular novel named as Flies of the God. This novel is written by Ruskin Bond in 1920s, and this popular novel is really very famous among children which are really curious to know about the secrets which are really popular for path to success. So let's start with the story. So that's a simple story of a boy named John. He went to his grandfather who was living in some another town, and his grandfather was really very happy. John was also happy when he saw his grandfather after many years. He was just 12 years old. So they both saw each other. They talked normally like a grandfather and a grandson relation. Then after some
We are going to talk about a novel named Robinson Crusoe written by Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe was a famous writer born in England, London in 1660. He was supporting the William III in 1688 and was the famous writer. He was the writer of this story, this novel. He was very famous after this novel. He he launched this novel in 1719. So let's begin with the story. So the story starts with when a person named Robinson Crusoe was a very the theme is of corruption and investment. So the villain light brings darkness and darkness spread throughout the city. When a high-profile person gets killed, Daniel gets pulled into a web, gets immediately pulled into a web of corruption and disease. Then he does many investigations, and then
I'm Jayat Megnani from class 8B is going to present a story on a girl named Subha. The story is written by Rabindranath Tagore, the famous Indian poet writer. Rabindranath Tagore is a famous Indian poet. He was born at Sankapur, Kolkata on 7th May 1861. He wrote many stories, poems, songs, etc. He started writing poems in his childhood. He wrote many interesting stories. The one of the famous story is Gitanjali. And Gitanjali includes many stories. One of I'm presenting is Subha. Subha was not only one child of her parent. There were three sisters. Her two elder sisters were Sukeshini and Suhashini. And for the making of uniformity, her father named her Subhashini. And parents also called them Subha. And when they went to his room, they saw that the door was locked. They uh, they broke the door and saw that he was murdered. His throat was slashed and he was lying in a pool of blood. And then they visit from his spectre that of long dead business partner. Uh, business partner. This book was written by Charles Dickens and born in 7 February 1812 in England. He worked as a journalist and writing numerous ideas on political and social affairs. He also written books. Each day on his way to school, Charlie passes the best and the biggest chocolate factory in the world, run by the executive Willy Wonka. When his father loses his job, things go from bad to worse. Grandpa Joe tells Charlie that in the past, competitors stole Wonka's candy-making secrets and the factory shut down. Later, the factory resumed production, but no one.
My name is Kindrat Mera of class 7B. Today I am going to tell you a story which is a Don't Judge Others, which is a folk story. A 23 years old boy is traveling in a train with his father and suddenly he shouted, "Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." The couple was sitting near to them. They thought how childish he is. After some time, he again shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are going behind."
summarize this story named The Last Leaf. In this, there were three characters: Johnsy, Sue, and Vernon. Johnsy has been critically ill due to pneumonia, and Vernon was sick. And we believe that when the last leaf of ivy vine falls, she will die. And Vernon prayed that last leaf of ivy vine and saved her life, but Vernon died. Author of this story is William Sidney Potter. He is best known for his pen name O. Henry. He born in 11 September 1862 and died in 5 June 1910. He wrote stories like
A very informed morning to one and all present here. Today I am going to summarize the novel The BFG. It's an imaginary interesting novel written by Roald Dahl. In this novel, a good giant named Big Friendly Giant BFG blew dreams in children's rooms so that they can sleep peacefully. Whereas the other giants living in BFG's kingdom gobbled up slept people. One day when BFG was passing through the human world streets, he saw one little girl named Sophie. She was very scared and astonished after seeing a giant standing after her. BFG asked him that whether she can help her anyway to control and kill those giants. Sophie, with the help of the queen and queen's army, killed the giants. Then, as the queen was very happy, as the queen was very happy by the great work, the BFG. Good morning, everyone. Today, I, Shivani Gaur of Class 7B, is going to narrate a story from the novel of Sudha Murthy. Sudha Murthy was born in 1950 in North Karnataka. She wrote many novels. She wrote 9 novels, 4 technical books, 3 travelogues, 1 book for children, 2 non-fiction books. All her novels have been translated into major Indian languages and have sold over 3 lakh copies. She is now the chairperson of Infosys Foundation. Now, I would like to proceed with my story. The title of the story is Don't Look as It Is. One monsoon season, in small village of Chitrapur, it rained and rained. It rained so heavily that the rivers welled up. Waves slashed along the shore. It, sla- it, uh, it slashed along the shore. They took trees, houses, and big chunks of earth with them. All the villagers prayed for the rain to stop. Once it stopped and the skies cleared, people started emerging from their house one by one. One of them was Raju. He walked down the riverside. There, he saw something that made him rub his eyes in disbelief. There, a big stone has appeared out of nowhere. And what was more is that it looked exactly like the head of Ganesha, the god with the elephant head. Raju immediately kneeled in front of the stone. Oh, Lord Ganesha has saved her. Not only he saved. I am going to summarize a novel, The Blue Umbrella, written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author and British writer. He has been born on 1934, and The Blue Umbrella is a 1980 novel written by Ruskin Bond. The Blue Umbrella is a story about a girl named Vidya. One day, she saw an extraordinary bright blue umbrella. She exchanged her necklace with that bright blue umbrella to a lady who came from city for a picnic. The umbrella was so beautiful that everyone in the village dreamed of having her. Vidya always used to carry the umbrella with her wherever she goes. There is one more person who was deeply desired to have a fancy blue umbrella. He was an old man and also the richest person of the village. His name is Ram, the shop owner. He even tried to buy the umbrella from India, but Vinay refused to sell it. Vinay was so attached to the umbrella that she barely pulls it off. As years passed, the umbrella began to fade its color. But still, the umbrella was less in the village. As time passed,
Actually, want to tell about a novel written by Louisa May Alcott. She was born on 29th November men. And Beth, which is the third eldest sister, who is very antisocial. And Enid, which is the smallest sister, is having the burden of being selfish and greedy. Their father, Mr. Mars, was serving in Civil War of America as a soldier, and as the time passed on, they become poorer and poorer. They were having a neighbor, Mr. Lawrence. He used to help them with their grandson named Teddy Lawrence, Laurie. They used to help. They used to help them, and Laurie was a good friend of the March sisters. When all the sisters crossed their teenage and they become big, then Laurie with his tutor, Mr. Brooke, bought Mr. March at home. But at that time, Beth, the sweetest sister, was suffering with high fever, and when Mr. March entered the gate, uh, Beth was playing. Beth was playing piano, and when Mr. March took Beth in their hands, and at that time Beth lost her life. I realized that happy endings always do not turn out as is expected. Sometimes God has another plan.
From class 8. Today I am explaining the book Time. It is a Japanese method of living a long and a happy life. The authors are Hector Garrett and Francis Reyes. They were two authors and they have never met each other. They met in a restaurant. Long and a happy life. Ikigai is a purpose of living a happy and a long life. In Japan, there is a village, Onikawa. Their people live 100 above years. They are just living their life happy and just enjoying their life. This book contains many methods where we should know how to live a long and a happy life. About our diets till